Yo, what's up, YouTubers? Tinfoil hat, baby. Yeah. For real, it's weaved together with silver. That's pretty cool. I got the jacket too. Oh, I should put the jacket on. Anyways, it's too early for all that. Totally had something to say and forgot. I want to bring up the 3 steps to action. You know what I mean? Your call to action. Okay, so you got to think about something before you do anything. But you got to be stimulated to actually do the thing. So, like, I can have the best thoughts in the world, and if I'm not excited, stimulated, or whether it's the cattle prod or the received blessing, you got the carrot and the stick. Like, there's a story for people that don't know this. There's a story about a turtle. You put a carrot dangling in front of him, so he tries to take a step forward to get it, but it's tied to his shell. Every time he takes a step forward to get the thing, he doesn't get it because it moves with him. So that's the carrot. And then you got the stick, and that's where, like, do it or else. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to do this or you will be beat with a stick. So there's the force to do something, and then there's the desire to do something, and you're seeking the reward or whatever. All these things are emotions. So when you hear the people say "fuck your feelings," they are missing the boat. Like, if you're so emotional to the point that you're dropping an F-bomb, and then you're saying that your emotions don't matter, you kind of already stuck your foot in your mouth about knee deep, really. I mean, like, don't say F your feelings, because it shows a vulnerability that you don't want your enemies to realize that you have. We all have that, by the way, because we're human. So, that's why the Bible explains the necessity to humble yourself. So you got to get around your kinfolk that don't care about your status, and will talk smack. Even the kings back in the day had a jester. You know what I mean? So, like, this guy had to be funny because the king's gonna cut his head off hearing some stuff that he don't want to hear. But at the same time, like, you need that dude to tell you these things that will humble you. You know what I mean? Because your feelings matter. Okay, so you got thoughts create emotions create action. This dude just pissed me off, pointing out my bullshit. I'm the king, so off with his head. I mean, how did the World War start? You know what I mean? Like, I guess they called it the Great War, and then we had World War II. You know what I mean? Like, was that a family feud? You see what I'm saying? All emotions. And there was other reasons as well. That was just the excuse. So I read something, and then I'm led to believe a certain thing, a certain way, which is playing on my emotions. So you hear these trigger words and gaslighting and all these different phrases that are somehow it's just a way to manipulate people. You know what I mean? So this truck has a governor, so, like, it won't accelerate past 70 miles per hour, but I can overcome that in the downhill. So it's still possible to be way over the speed limit in the city streets that are 45 miles an hour. I still gotta watch my P's and Q's. Even though this thing is governed, I might be coming down a big hill, and it might go really fast, and that could exceed the parameters of the capability of the machine or my skills. Could be bad weather, whatever like that. So, having a healthy fear, which is an emotion. Maybe I shouldn't drive 100 miles an hour down the hill on the ice-covered mountain. And then I might have certain emotions about whether or not I should be on time. So that today determines that I get up at 3:46 a.m. East Coast time. And I'm used to Central. So, yeah. So shout out to everybody that complains about, the time change. Like, I deal with 4 time zones. I heard a statistic that truck drivers die 16 years earlier than they would have had they not drove the truck. Who knows if that's true or not, but getting up early sucks. If you do it right, there's a decent paycheck. So that's good. So, there's a nice carrot. You can have that nice house that you never get to go to. But it's a roof over your wife's head. So, the juice is worth the squeeze if you make it make sense to you. Heard a car salesman say it like this. He said, a good deal is the deal that you're happy with. So this guy knows he just bought this car for $4,000 at the auction, and he knows that he's selling it to you for $12,000 on payments. It's going to have another $6,000 in interest. So he's going to finance it at his car lot and make $12,000 off this car over the course of the next 84 months. Or he's going to take this $3,000 down payment. And you probably make payments on this car for 2 years before you give up on it or it breaks down. And at that point, he'll sell you another one and roll it over, and you'll be upside
In 2 miles, use the right 2 lanes to take exit 301 for US 98 South, Florida 50 East.
I need to get on Florida 50 and go east, I guess. It would appear. Yeah. 50 to 98. Anyways, think about it. Emotion, action. Good or bad don't matter. Understand those 3 things, and you will understand people. You understand people, then you understand yourself. And this is a beneficial knowledge. You can use it however you want, good or bad, but it's beneficial for you to have the knowledge. Just do it your own self. Like, what's that thing that you do that's bad? It's like, what's this emotion that's triggering this bad behavior? And then, what are you thinking about whatever?
In half a mile, use the right 2 lanes to take exit 301 for US 98 South, Florida 50 East.
So I understand that that's a big deal. It's a great big deal. All right, Rock Hill, go get him.